Hello, everybody, and welcome to race number 9 of Season 3 NASCAR Walmart Cup Series. I am Levi McIntyre, aka Thrash Maniac 99, the voice of NASCAR Walmart Cup Series, here to welcome you to the ZMAX 400 at Kentucky Speedway. We are going night racing here at Kentucky, and this is going to be an exciting race because this is the home of some great racing on mile-and-a-half tracks, and this is going to be an exciting one, to say the least. So, the update on the point standings: Jesse Setti, after winning 2 races so far, having being one of 4 drivers, actually make that 5 drivers, with the most top 5s of 3, and tied with the most top 10s of 5 with another driver. Jesse Setti comes in with a 36 points lead over Chase Oliver. So Jesse Setti's starting to run with the points, showing that she's going to be someone to contend with for the championship potentially. Chase Oliver in second. Third is rookie Joshua Balkin. Fourth is Anthony McCrory. Fifth is Danny Wells. Sixth is Jekko Knight. Seventh is Kyle Matthews. And a tie for eighth is Austin Weiner and Chris Singer. And then tied for 10th is Sonny Hammond and Charles Sanford. The rest of the top 20 is Gabe Williams, Eric Enrage, Chris Thomas, David Rivera, PJ Williams, Mitchell Riggs, Jesse King, Kendall Maynor, and Seth Cole. So that is how the top 20 in the standings look coming into tonight's race. But ladies and gentlemen, here's a look at your starting lineup for tonight's race at Kentucky.
Imagine the dreams of a 13-year-old looking up at the sky, wondering how the world can be so cold. This kid wasn't sold it would be like this. At nighttime, wishes to be safe from this abyss. Cause this shit is something that can be dismissed. A boy born as a girl who is going through the stress. He's got a shotgun up, but can't play for the team. His school won't let him even though it's his dream. Now he's sitting in bed with a loaded gun, thinking about blowing his brains out to kingdom come. Cause he's been bullied and teased all his life. Almost killed himself 2 years ago by slitting his wrist with a knife. I wonder if he sees the things I see for him. 10 years down the line, speaking at the forum. A college graduate up at the top of his class. The first trans NFL player up in the draft.
Well, there's a look at your starting lineup. It is Rue McIntyre on the pole with Zachary Fitzwater in second. So we got an all Ford front row, but boogity, 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 let's go racing, boys and girls. Rue McIntyre, who is our most recent race winner, he won earlier in the season or last week at Talladega, and he's already about to get challenged for the lead by Zachary Fitzwater. Let's see what's going to happen here. Fitzwater running low and the 28 running high. And Rue McIntyre actually gets a bit of a better run off the higher line, so Rue McIntyre might have an advantage of running high on the racetrack. Although it looks like the low line may work in turns 1 and 2, while the high line works in turns 3 and 4, from what I've been able to see happen here in this track. Rue McIntyre trying to be the second driver this season to go 2 wins in a row. And Zachary Fitzwater, he's coming in hot down low, and he's going to have the advantage because that low line seems to work. In 1 and 2, well, not this time. The 28 actually gets a run off high, or up high, I should say. Somehow, some way. And whoa, I saw Dylan Thoreau actually get a little wobbly coming off of turn 4. And as we are on lap 4, and the caution flag is out. Oh, and we had a wreck on the front stretch. Jekko Knight was involved, and so was Jesse King. Biggie Spencer is back here, so it might have been an incident with those 3. No other damage or any other slower machines. from the looks of it. So yeah, and it looked like the wreck happened coming off of turn number 4. But Rue McIntyre still holds on to the lead. So the top 5 right now is Rue McIntyre, Zachary Fitzwater, Charles Jackson, Gabe Williams, and Dylan Thoreau. That is the top 5 as of this moment. But let's take a look at a replay to see what brought the caution out for the first time tonight here at Kentucky. Well, here's a look at what happened. Oh, they were 4 wide going off of 4, and man, it looked like Jesse King just came right up in front of Jecko Knight, and then that held up Biggie Spencer as everybody's trying to get by after everything that transpired. Let's actually go to the helicopter camera for this to see what really happened. Seth Cole's running up in the real higher groove than normal, trying to get a run, and Jesse King's car starts pushing up, and Jecko Knight gets a big run, and they just make contact. And then Biggie Spencer, he actually doesn't hit anybody, really. He just got slowed up, so actually Biggie Spencer did a great job of not hitting anybody and not getting damaged, so good job for the 83, but that is a tough break for Jesse King and Jecko Knight, especially Jecko Knight. That's really been like ever since the Daytona 500. He's just not really been able to keep that momentum going. Although Jecko Knight does come into this race in the top 10 in points and 6, he just hasn't really been able to get that much of good finishes since his 3 top 5 finishes he's had so far this season. But that does it for the look at the caution. Let's take you to the restart here at Kentucky. Well, after that first caution, we have one car officially out of the race, and that is Jecko Knight. And if I can recall, this is his second last place finish he's had this season. So tough break for the Daytona 500 winner. But Rue McIntyre is up in the lead. He so far has led every lap. Zachary Fitzwater in second. Charles Jackson third. Gabe Williams fourth. Dylan Thoreau fifth. Sixth is Chris Thomas. Seventh is Brandon Nichols. Eighth is Kyle Singer. Ninth is Sonny Hammond. 10th is Justin Nichols. 11th is Austin Weiner. 12th is Jessica Sheldon. 13th Ian Dutta. 14th Michael Norman. 15th is PJ Williams. 16th is Ken Thoreau. 17th is Trent Dunham. 18th is Jesse Setti, the points leader. 19th is Chris Singer. 20th is Joshua Michaels. 21st is Seth Cole. 22nd, Eric and Rage. 23rd is Cody Lamas. 24th, Mitchell Riggs. 25th, Charles Sanford. 26th, James McLeod. 27th is Danny Wells. 28th is Preston Blord. 29th is Kendall Maynard. 30th is Henrietta Fitzwater. 31st is David Rivera. 32nd, Dorian Facepuncher. 33rd is Matt McIntyre. 34th is Kyle Matthews. 35th is Chase Oliver. 36th is Dylan Young. 37th is Joshua Balkin. 38th, Chris Washer. 39th is Anthony McCurry. 40th, Biggie Spencer. And 41st, Jesse King. Green flag is back out at Kentucky. Here comes Zachary Fitzwater down low, but I don't think he's going to be able to get by. Actually, I think he is going to get by. He's actually going to clear the 28. First significant lead change of the race, but now the 28's coming back, and he's going for a crossover move. This was a lead change. Zachary Fitzwater did lead that lap. But Rue McIntyre trying to march back, but now here comes Charles Jackson. Here he comes down low, but I don't think it's going to really help. And actually, with that, it's helping Zachary Fitzwater pull away. Zachary Fitzwater, he's trying to go for his first Walmart Cup Series victory since Season 1 at Watkins Glen, when he drove the 9 car for the same team he's in right now, Richard Petty Motorsports. He's just not been having that great of luck in the past several seasons. But this could be a bright spot for his career if he can pick up a second win. But Drew McIntyre, he isn't going to give up. He wants to go for 2 in a row to follow up that redemption victory at Talladega. Speaking of Drew McIntyre's win last week, that was his second career Walmart Cup Series win, and the second win at a restrictor plate track, because last season he won at a plate track of Coca-Cola. He won again at a plate track, this time at Talladega. Now he wants to try to go for a non-plate track victory. So far he's led every lap, or led the most laps, but now he's going to have a lot of work to do to get back around the 45 of Zachary Fitzwater. And also we've got to wonder, when will these cars end up having to come down pit road for a potential pit stop in order to make it on fuel? Meanwhile, back here we did have a battle for fifth going on, and it's going on now. Dylan Thoreau, and here comes Brandon Nichols in that Mobile 1 Ford out of Penske Racing. And following up right behind him is rookie Chris Thomas in the 14, and he finished second to his good friend Drew McIntyre last week at Talladega, and he wants to try to get a win, so that way he can add his name to the list of rookies who has won so far this season. And the only rookie to do that so far has been Chris Singer in the 18. Meanwhile, back up at the front, Zachary Fitzwater still keeping a steady lead on Drew McIntyre. I'm starting to think maybe Drew McIntyre just did not get going on that restart as well as he hoped he would have. And for that, that's why he's back in second and not really gaining ground on the 45 of Fitzwater. Meanwhile, Joshua Balkin, he's back in the back of the pack. Either he's not up to speed, or he's just, I'm thinking he's maybe not up to speed. That's what I'm starting to think. I don't know what happened with Balkin. In fact, Jesse King appears to be up to speed. Meanwhile, as I'm looking around to see what all is going on, and really nothing major happening right now. Pretty much everybody's running single file. Then again, they could be just playing it safe right now in case if another caution comes out, or whenever pit stops happen. And so far we've had only one caution this entire race. And that was earlier with the 5 and the 55 earlier on. Oh, and I heard Fitzwater actually scraped the wall going into 3. Don't know why, but it's what happened. But since we're getting close to halfway, let's actually take a look and see how the field currently runs. At the moment, it is Zachary Fitzwater up in the front, second Drew McIntyre, third Charles Jackson, fourth Gabe Williams, fifth is Dylan Thoreau, sixth is Brandon Nichols, seventh is Chris Thomas, eighth is Kyle Singer, ninth is Sonny Hammond, 10th is Justin Nichols, 11th is Jessica Sheldon, 12th is Austin Weiner, 13th is Ian Dutta, 14th is PJ Williams, 15th is Michael Norman, 16th Ken Thoreau, 17th Trent Dunham, 18th is Charles Sanford, 19th Jesse Setti, 20th Joshua Michaels. 21st is Eric Enrage, 22nd is Preston Plord, 23rd is Seth Cole, 24th is David Rivera, 25th Mitchell Riggs, 26th Cody Lamas, 27th is Chris Singer, 28th is James McLeod, 29th is Danny Wells, 30th is Dorian Facepuncher, 41st is Kyle Matthews. 42nd, Anthony McCreary. Underneath him, 33rd is Kendall Maynor. 34th is Dylan Young. 35th is Matt McIntyre. 36th, Chase Oliver. 37th, Henrietta Fitzwater. 38th, Chris Washer. 39th, Biggie Spencer. 40th, Jesse King. And 41st is Joshua Balkin. Meanwhile, Zachary Fitzwater, he's pulling out to over a 1-second lead over Rue McIntyre. And meanwhile, we've got a couple battles going on. Charles Jackson's challenged by Gabe Williams up high for the 3rd spot. And it looks like Williams will get that spot. Wow. Gabe actually made that look easy, and Brandon Nichols actually goes to 4th. Charles Jackson, there may be something wrong with his car, or its tires are starting to wear. It's a sign that these drivers do end up having to come down pit road at some point. Up ahead, Rue McIntyre is getting caught by Gabe Williams and Brandon Nichols for the 2nd spot, it looks like. And this is just what Zachary Fitzwater wants to see, is that lead get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Meanwhile, Dylan Thoreau has fallen back to 7th, and he's under attack from Kyle Singer right now on the racetrack. Up ahead, Brandon Nichols tried running low underneath Gabe Williams, but it does not work for him. Dylan Young trying to run underneath Kendall Maynor, but Maynor's going to have that high line in order to stay clear. James McLeod, he's attempting to run high above Cody Lamas for, I believe that is the 27th spot. There's a couple battles starting to happen up ahead. Preston Blord running high. Ian Dutta actually runs high to try to get by PJ Williams, it looks like. Meanwhile, Zachary Fitzwater's lead is extended to almost a 1.5 seconds over Rue McIntyre. But here at any moment, drivers are going to have to come and pit to get fresher tires and all the fuel they need to finish this race off. As I'm looking around, nobody has come down yet. Meanwhile, as I'm looking around for any battles going on at the moment, and so far everybody's still running in the single file formation, although there's a battle here with Kendall Maynor, Dylan Young, and Maynor just still running that high line. That's working into his advantage, and Balkin's in the pits, and so is Fitzwater. Zachary Fitzwater, that is, and that hands the lead over to Rue McIntyre. Couple cars, I see Jesse King, I see Washer, Spencer, McCreary, Austin Weiner, Sheldon, Nichols, Hammond, and Fitzwater. Those were the drivers that came and pitted this time. We should be expecting up here. Here comes Rue McIntyre into the pits, and that hands the lead over to Gabe Williams. Rue McIntyre is entering into the pits. As there you see Biggie Spencer. He may get potentially lapped because Rue McIntyre is by him. So right now the 83 is a lap down, but he'll get by eventually, maybe. I'm not sure, but as we're looking around for drivers who have pitted, here comes the rest of the drivers, and whoa, Eric Enrage! He got forced out of the track by somebody, but he manages to blend into the pit sequence, and everything looks fine. And Rue McIntyre manages to get out of the pits first out of that group, and then it's a battle with Kyle Singer and Charles Jackson, teammates. Singer got him by a bumper, then Dunham, and then Plord. And there's Zachary Fitzwater, and he actually goes by Rue McIntyre. Not really what the 28 wanted, but I believe the lead is going to cycle back around to Fitzwater once the rest of these guys' stops are complete. Gabe Williams, he was the leader last time by. As I'm looking around, there's Williams, but Fitzwater already went by him. So it looks like everything is going to cycle around here in the next lap or so. And it looks like Fitzwater is going to be able to keep the lead. And it looks like everything has cycled around, and a lot of change-ups in how the field is looking now. So let's take a look and see how the field looks right now. Zachary Fitzwater's the leader. Second is Rue McIntyre. Third is Sonny Hammond. Great run for him going right now. Fourth is Justin Nichols. Battle for fifth with Gabe Williams and Austin Weiner. And Weiner, he's actually getting the bottom lane to work in a way. Now we're seeing transitions where there may be different lines that could be better than others, but maybe not, as Williams, he's actually going to get the run off the high line, so he will stay in fifth, Weiner in sixth. Seventh is Kyle Singer. Eighth is Dylan Thoreau. Ninth is Charles Jackson. 10th is Jessica Sheldon. And she is in desperate need for a good finish, and so far she's having a great run. Then 11th is Anthony McCrory. 12th is Charles Sanford. 13th is Michael Norman. 14th, Chris Washer. 15th is Preston Plord. 16th is Trent Dunham. 17th, Joshua Michaels. 18th is James McLeod. 19th, Jesse Setti. 20th, Danny Wells. 21st is Dorian Facepuncher. 22nd, Henrietta Fitzwater. 23rd, or actually a lap down, Eric Enrage. He must have gotten penalized for not entering pit road correctly. Dylan Young is in 23rd. 24th, Chase Oliver. 25th, Kendall Maynard. 26th, David Rivera. 27th is Biggie Spencer. 28th, Cody Lamas. 29th is Matt McIntyre. 30th is Ken Thoreau. 31st is Chris Thomas. 32nd, PJ Williams. 33rd, Kyle Matthews. 34th, Jesse King. 35th is Mitchell Riggs. 36th is Chris Singer. 37th is Brandon Nichols, and and then a lap down is Seth Cole. And again a lap down, another lap machine in Ian Dutta. So them guys, Enrage, Cole, and Dutta are a lap down from something. But meanwhile, it's 5 laps to go for Zachary Fitzwater to pick up his second career Walmart Cup Series win, and the first since Watkins Glen Season 1. And it's been a long time for Zachary Fitzwater to win a race. And he's about to attempt to catch Joshua Balkin. And here comes Fitzwater in hot on Balkin. Fitzwater's going to run low, and whoa, they about got together, and that would have been pretty bad. But Fitzwater's going to get by the 16. Meanwhile, back here, looked like Justin Nichols managed to get around Sonny Hammond for the spot for third. Meanwhile, Gabe Williams, Austin Weiner still battling for fifth on the racetrack. And as far as any other battles, looks like Shelton was battling with McCrory for the 10th spot back here. Michael Norman looks like he managed to actually get around Washer for a spot, potentially, or it was just him staying up high. And for any other battles, pretty much it's all single file elsewhere. Although Justin Nichols, he's starting to catch the 28 of Rue McIntyre, but it's less than 2 to go for Zachary Fitzwater to get his second career Walmart Cup Series win. Although Fitzwater keeps scraping the wall going into 3, and I'm not sure as to why. But here we go, we're getting ready to come to the white flag. White flag is out for Zachary Fitzwater. Zachary Fitzwater trying to go for his second win, and it looks like he may be in good hands. Meanwhile, back here, the guys from second on back are catching Joshua Balkin. And here we go, coming off a turn 4 to the checkered flag. Zachary Fitzwater gets his second career Walmart Cup Series win, and he's going to get it here at Kentucky. Great job by the 45 team. And now that the race is over, let's actually take a look and see how the results came about. Zachary Fitzwater gets his second career Walmart Cup Series victory, and he gets it here at Kentucky in a dominating performance. And whoa, and I heard a wreck. Oh, Charles Jackson gets wrecked coming into the pits, and Cody Lamas is going through the grass. Don't know why that happens, but don't matter, the race is over. But Fitzwater, congratulations. Rue McIntyre tried to go 2 in a row, but got outbeat on a restart by Fitzwater and costing him the win, but he'll be pleased with a solid second place finish. That can move him up higher in the points. Justin Nichols, a rookie, desperately needed a good finish, and he comes away with a solid third. Sonny Hammond gets his first top 5 of the season, and he could potentially move himself into the second position in points, actually, since he did clearly finish ahead of Balkin and Oliver. So Hammond could go up to second in points, and then rounding out the top 5 was Gabe Williams. Great run for him. Austin Weiner, he gets his first non-top 5 or win of the season. Good finish in 6th. That could move him up a little bit more in the point standings. Kyle Singer, solid 7th place finish. Dylan Thoreau gets another 8th place finish. Charles Jackson, he's starting to try to show some promise. And Jessica Shelton gets her first top 10, to my knowledge, of the season. The rest of the top 20 was Anthony McCrory, Charles Sanford, Michael Norman, Chris Washer, Preston Plore, Joshua Michaels, James McLeod, Jesse Setti, who will remain the points leader, Henrietta Fitzwater, and Trent Dunham. The rest of the top 30 was Danny Wells, Dorian Face Puncher, Dylan Young, Chase Oliver, Kendall Maynard, David Rivera, Biggie Spencer, Cody Lamas, Matt McIntyre, and Ken Thoreau. The rest of the cars that finished on the lead lap were Chris Thomas, P.J. Williams, Kyle Matthews, Jesse King, Mitchell Riggs, Chris Singer, and Brandon Nichols. And then the next 4 into the finish to race a lap down, Joshua Balkin, Eric Enrage, Seth Cole, and Ian Dutta, and 1 car out of the race, Jecko Knight. That does it for our coverage tonight here at Kentucky. The next race we have, as we are getting closer and closer and closer to All-Star Weekend, the next race we head back to a similar mile-and-a-half track of Kansas, and that's going to be exciting. But until then, thank you guys for watching, and here are your results, rookie points and regular points, and I am signing off.
A priest, an astronaut, a fireman, a join the police, be on the silver screen, become a movie star, or be a pro racer and drive fast cars. It don't matter the age, it don't matter the color, it don't matter the gender or who you love. If you got it in your heart, then go ahead and do it. If you have a gift, then please go ahead and use it. Cause I was feeling stupid while trying to do music, thinking that they had no voice and that I was useless. But as I write this down, I can see what I mean. Nobody ever will stop me from achieving my dreams.